article the other day, Vanessa.
Yeah, exactly. Hey Internet, Chris Krug here at the Vancouver Arts Summit. I'm with Vanessa Richards, who's been playing a host at the event here. How's it going?
Doing excellent, thank you.
Awesome. We're on day 2. Why don't you tell us a little about what the Vancouver Arts Summit is all about?
It's presented as a series. I think there's going to be 5 or 7 of them throughout the province of British Columbia. That's being hosted by the Alliance for Arts and Culture and 2010 Legacies now to engage communities, artists and arts practitioners, arts organizations, cultural workers around the changing face of our sector in these times.
Totally. What's interesting that's kind of come out in the last couple of days? What's piqued your interest?
I'm really interested in what I'm hearing, rather, what I'm happy to hear is that a lot of my interests are being reflected black.
Black.
You can edit
Bad.
that part, right?
No, it's not getting edited. We're just rolling. It's like YouTube style.
Well, actually, speaking of reflected black, one of the things that was interesting is a lot of my peers here who don't come from a European background or even cultural practice, some of the thoughts that we've been having around the kind of conversations that are important for us to have now as well, which was timely and good. And what I'm also hearing a lot of folks talk about is their interest and further commitment to more dialogue, not just conversations to impede action, but conversations to actually deepen relationship, not only with each other, but also I think significantly looking at new ways to work in a partnership model with businesses and progressive businesses in ways that we can come not with our hands up, please have more soup, but actually looking at what we are bringing to the table, and them
getting stoked and falling behind it and really kind of creating a mutual exchange of value. They're giving you what you need and you're giving them stuff that meets their mission. And
somebody said something interesting in the last session I was just in, is that not only is it about us being artists being able to educate the corporate industry and the corporate businesses about what and how we're working, but also for us to listen to them. What are they needing? Where are they at? And how can we have a much more symbiotic and mutually successful relationship together?
Awesome. Vanessa is a multidisciplinary artist and community organizer. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what you're up to outside of this event.
Well, actually, I want to give you a little heads up what I'm going to do at the end of this event, which is I'm going to sing a Michael Jackson song. Yeah. Yes. Chris broke it in the new media session that we had yesterday that I don't know, like, if you were, he had a screen up there and he said, he looked up right as we were starting to discuss the issue of trust online and the issue of which blogs, which cultural sources.
Who do you go to for your news?
Who do you go to for your news? Yeah. And Chris is like, Michael Jackson just died. And I thought you were playing. I thought that this was a fantastic setup to talk about trust and where do you get your info for. Yeah. But as we know now, it was indeed the case. And what I'm really interested in the role of imagination in everyday citizens and the role that culture plays in making a full life. I'm also really keen on the role of livelihood creation for artists and the space between star and starving. And I think one of the reasons why Michael Jackson had the tragic life that he did, aside from his family, which I can't speak to because I don't know his family, is that when we take away the access to everyday imagination for all citizens, we fetishize the star, we fetishize the celebrity, we take away our self-expression and impose it on somebody else so that we get this fanaticism. And I don't know, even in your life, if anybody out there in land has ever had the experience of doing something well and the way that people would talk to you afterwards, sometimes it's not always super comfortable. You want you want your work to be well, you want it to be well received, but the implications of that success sometimes, I don't know that anybody can prepare for it. And people say, well, if you didn't like that kind of lifestyle, you shouldn't be going for it.
But you didn't really know.
But how do you unchoose being an artist, quite frankly, for those of us that if that's your way of being in the world, you can't unpack that
so
easily.
Especially when you're in the public eye from such a young age as well. So.
And then what do you do when you meet that success? So all this to say that
I cannot wait to see your tribute. I'm excited. I'm going to video it.
But this is the piece that I want to talk about also just in the course of my work that I've just started with the Simon Fraser School for the Contemporary Arts. When we move into Woodwards, it's also about livelihood creation for artists, so that there's a bigger space between star and starving, and that we have a bigger cultural industries that works for more artists having livable wages and more citizens engaged in their real creativity, so that we don't get this distorted
Bring it on.
So in light of that, I want to sing the first verse and bridge of Ben, because it was the first.
I'm requesting
single.
a moonwalk as well.
I can't do the moonwalk.
Okay, we'll settle for his first single that
he did as a solo, and I remember, and what made me actually cry yesterday was not, I didn't think about Thriller and all that other stuff, which matters, but I remembered being small and hearing the passion of another child in the realm of my cultural experience. And not only did he have a lot of the fire that I admired, but he looked like me, he looked like my brothers, and we were in North Van, for afros, right? And it was really significant. And when he got pulled out of the Jackson 5 into being only Michael Jackson, I remember feeling, oh, that's kind of sad. I didn't like it, right? And so his first single was Ben, and what he says in this song, he didn't write the song, but he sang it. It was his first hit. Is like, well, that's what I'm going to say.
Awesome. Chris Krug, Vanessa Richards. You got to check out her work. She's really awesome. She's doing great things in here in Vancouver and across Canada. Over now for now from the Vancouver Arts Summit Internet.
Power to the peaceful.